So we're back, trying to keep history simple, and we're going to look at how we eventually end up at World War II. Right now, where Hitler and Mussolini are entrenched in their governments, and Hitler and Mussolini are going to use propaganda, whether it's posters, the media, to build nationalism within their states, and that will eventually lead to, mainly in Germany, Hitler's use of and establishing these Nuremberg laws, which are anti-Jewish laws, to kind of start a systematic system of discrimination against the Jews, establishing where there's quota systems on how many can go to school, all the way up to the point where the Jews are no longer allowed in school. So it's going to be a systematic approach to increase discrimination. And it's important that we understand the Nuremberg laws and these anti-Jewish laws. And here it's in late 1930s have Kristallnacht, which is a period of broken glass, or attacks on Jewish businesses in Germany. Also at this time, Hitler is going to start taking or retaking lands that were lost to the Allied victors of World War I as a result of the Treaty of Versailles. There's a lot of Germans in these territories, and so Hitler's going to try to reconnect with these Germans. Like in Austria, they cheered when he arrived, and so that's going to continue. As Hitler is doing these things, the Allies are going to have a response, and mainly the response is to appease Hitler. They're going to give in to his demands. They had just fought World War I, roughly 25 years prior, and they're tired of war. They lost a generation of young men. They don't want to go back to war. So they're willing to appease Hitler, give in to his demands. It's important that you guys understand this concept of appeasement, to appease, to give in. Hitler is acquiring land for Germany of former German-speaking peoples and things of that nature. He's also going to meet with Stalin. Now, Hitler and Stalin don't like each other. Hitler's a Nazi, Stalin's a communist. By law, theoretically, by law, they don't like each other. But both of them need to maintain a sense of civility and be nice to each other for a period of time. So together they're going to sign the Non-Aggression Pact. They know they're going to break it, but they need to sign it. Hitler, being a student of history, recognizes that he does not want to fight a two-front war. Because at this point, when he signs this pact, he knows he's going to go to war. The British and French have been appeasing him, and they've been allowing him to take more land. He's not going to stop. So Hitler, to avoid two fronts, a war on two fronts, is going to sign this. And then Stalin is going to sign it because he knows he's not ready for war. He needs to buy time to mobilize, to get his military up and running, because he's going through like the 5-year plans, and he's trying to modernize and industrialize. So he recognizes that they're not ready, that they need more time. So they agree to this Non-Aggression Pact, both knowing they will break this contract at some point. The final straw and war begins when Hitler and Germany invade Poland in 1939. At that point, they use this blitzkrieg style of warfare. Poland falls within 30 days. They barely are able to put up a fight. And it's at that time that the British and the French recognize that they cannot keep appeasing Hitler. There's a new prime minister in Britain. His name is Winston Churchill. He's not going to go along with his policy of appeasement anymore, and we have war. This is when the Allies, as we know them, will say enough is enough and declare war on Germany. The United States is not in the war. The United States will not come into the war with troops on the ground until 1941, when the Japanese attack the United States at their Pacific Fleet headquarters in Pearl Harbor. This is essentially what you need to know for the prelude to World War II. We don't get into a lot of the background or a lot of the events or battles of World War II. We'll look at a couple of quick turning points in the next class or during the next video, but this is about it. This is what you really need to know for World War II. Hope this helps. Let me know if it does or doesn't, but feel free to like it if you like it.